All right, dude. You take care, Tom. Thank you.
You too. All right, bye. All right. All right, we're going to bring in our next guest here. Jess Hess, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good.
How's everything?
Oh, everything is good. I'm caffeinated, maybe a little too much, but
I'm not caffeinated yet. I need coffee, but
well, your day is just starting, so
it is.
Yeah. How's everything been going?
Oh, good. Yeah, I've been working on an album this year.
Nice.
So, well, for the last like 2 years, I've been working on an album almost for the last, well, it's really just been a year since anyway. Yeah, so I've been working on an album for a long time, and I'm really excited about it, and it'll come out in 2024, and I'm stoked. Yeah, it's been a journey, long time getting it to be how it is, but I'm really excited about it now. Yeah, it's gonna be
nice.
great.
Is it? I mean, I'm sure we've talked about it a few different times. The project, as it hits its various stages and forms. We've had you on over the last couple of years, right? Or no, wait. The last time we had you on was last PanCAN, right? I think.
Probably, yeah. But I feel like I was talking about it back then. I must have been, because I was starting. So last year around this time, we were just like starting to record it. So I was probably like kind of in studio mode. I feel like the last time I talked to you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now, is this album a lot of the YouTube like demo videos you've been doing?
Okay. Yeah. So it's a lot of those. I don't know. There are a couple of songs that are demos that won't be on it. And then there's one song that I haven't shared yet that will be on it. The last song. And I'm excited. I can't decide if I want to do a demo of that or not before sharing it, because it's so good in the way it's recorded, and it doesn't really work as well acoustically. It's like the one song I've ever written that doesn't really work very well acoustically that I really needed to figure out in the studio. I'm not usually that kind of a writer. I usually write just like me and my guitar, and I can play it wherever, and then we can like buff it up in the studio and make it sound all like cool and poppy. But I can usually just play them on guitar live. But this one is like, I don't know, it just needs, well, everybody will understand when they hear it, because it just needs a lot. It's like a noise song. It needs a lot of noise in one part to really get the effect. And anyway, I don't want to like give too much away.
Oh, fair enough. But that's been one of my favorite things to watch over the last year on YouTube, is every time you release one of those demo videos. And then I remember when you pushed out Sober to Spotify, like, because I kind of drew to that one, and then I saw you released it on Spotify, and I'm like, okay, I think she's trying to do something here. You're just trying to work through it at this point.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so excited, especially about Sober on the album, the fully studio recorded album. It's really cool, and it's very like R&B, very very cool and chill, and like just like, I don't know. It sounds really, I'm really excited about it. That one is definitely like everything I could have wanted and more probably out of the recording. So I'm stoked to have people hear it. I'm stoked to have people hear what I was like imagining for the songs originally, because I can only do so much with my little guitar and myself. But I like having both of the demo versions out, and then people like hearing the bigger studio versions. I'm so excited for people to hear those. But yeah. Nice. The Sober journey was a whole journey too. People really connected with that song. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Touching. Yeah.
I got to say though, I'm so glad you didn't abandon the pink hair. Like,
I still have it.
When you made that decision, I was like, okay, that's a good decision to have.
Thanks. Yeah. I love the pink. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep it at least for this like album cycle or whatever. And then I have some other ideas for what I'm going to do with my hair afterwards. But I don't think I'm going to do anything too calm for a minute. Gotcha. I'll probably keep it amplified.
Fair. Very fair. So I have to ask, because it's become a running conversation we've had. How's your brother doing?
He's good. Well, he's alive, but yeah, no, he's good. Doing like better than, you know, a lot of us, I think, thought. So yeah. Actually, like I've been kind of, I've been taking forever with it because I have so much to do. But for I don't know if he wants me to say this, but whatever. If Jeremy, if you're listening and you don't want people to know that you write sometimes, I'm so sorry. But he's written a lot of poetry throughout his life, and he sent me like a whole, or well, he gave me a whole like basically manuscript of a bunch of poems that he's written because he wants me to read through them and sort of like, you know, not like totally edit or whatever, but just like tell him the ones that I think are the best. And it would be so cool to like sort of help him make a little poetry book. That would be really special for me to have, or for the family to have. I think it would be really special if we could like offer it out, you know, just I don't know if he wanted to do that. I think some of his stuff is really great, and I think other people not even in the family would also love his poetry. So yeah, that's been a really special thing that I've been sort of able to feel closer to him without being right in the vicinity because he's in Pennsylvania. But yeah, anyway, yeah, but he's been good. Yeah.
Have you been back to Pennsylvania recently, or?
I went back, I guess, in July or in the summer in some point. I went back. I think it was July, and it was really nice. And that's when I got his poetry and yeah. And I've been it's I need to go back again. I need to go back more frequently, but it's hard to travel in 2023. Not a lot of. It takes a lot of money to travel.
Yeah,
but
it really does.
but yeah, but I do yeah, it's nice going back there. I make it back there probably once a year. Yeah, I wish it was more, but
yeah, I feel that. It's, you know, it's one of those things. It's a hard thing to balance because you know, it's you got your own life in Nashville, but you still got family back home, and you got to try and find a nice balance for both.
Yeah, it's weird. I've been trying to figure out that balance for a long time. And yeah, it's hard. But I mean, I love living in Nashville. I love like I do love being with my family, but I also love being like separate from them also, you know. So yeah, I do love Nashville though. It's such a weird city to have spent this particular time in, if that makes sense, for Nashville. There's been so much change. We went through, you know, the pandemic and the hurricane. I always call it the hurricane. It was a tornado. We went through that in 2020, and that was insane. And I feel like some of us say it's, you know, there was like a pre-tornado, pre-pandemic Nashville, and now it's like this like sort of different Nashville that's evolved after all of that. It's been really interesting to see. I still love Nashville. It has gotten a lot more developed in ways that I don't love, and as well, there are a lot of developers here that have sort of taken over because they have a lot of money. So yeah, that's been sad to see. A lot of gentrification happening. Literally right next door to me are like we've had basically a yard the entire time we've stayed here. And to be fair, it's never been our property. We rent, so none of it is ours. But it's never been like part of the property that we rent. But we used it, and animals live there. There's a bunch of neighborhood cats that we've been spaying and neutering, and they're all like, you know, out there, and we see them, and they're sort of thriving. And to now they're doing a bunch of construction in this lot, which of course living next door isn't fun, but it's also just kind of sad because I see, you know, and just like lots down the way too that used to be basically like a mini woods with like creatures and stuff living in them, and birds and like squirrels and cats and animals, you know. And it's just I don't know, I feel like the city is kind of like trying to push as many people into it in as close quarters as possible, and you know, charging just astronomical prices to be living in spaces like that. And I think I don't know, it's pretty sad. It's disheartening a little bit. I feel like a lot of the just like little bits of nature that I used to see, like walking around Nashville and being in certain areas. It's just kind of like gone now. So yeah, it's kind of sad, but there are some really good things that have happened too. It's exciting to see as well. There are a lot of businesses that are thriving here, which is cool. But yeah, it's just really interesting to see. It's crazy seeing the changes of the world. I feel like everything changes so fast now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of concerned about the next time I go into Nashville because it'll be almost 4 years, and it'll be 4 years in
Wow.
January since I've been to Nashville.
A
So
lot has changed.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
mean,
crazy.
the pandemic, the tornado, the fire. There was a fire, wasn't there, or something?
Yeah, well, there's been tons of stuff. I don't know
Expl-
about like what fire you're talking about, but there's been
explosion. That's what it was. The
the
explosion.
explosion was crazy. Yeah, that was pretty scary. Yeah, and then the shooting at the Covenant School was obviously just tragic. That was terrible.
Yeah.
And Nashville has gone through a lot in the last few years. It's been wild. But I mean, there are so many of us though that are artists here, and I think it's a very awesome community despite everything trying to make it just a capitalistic hellscape. I think that there's artists amongst all of that are really like holding on and keeping it very cool here. And hopefully we keep holding on for a while longer and it stays cool for a long time. But we'll see.
Fair enough.
Everything changes. So
Fair enough. So looking at just kind of you and your music and all that stuff, are you playing shows right now, or how often are you kind of playing out?
yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of like acoustic stuff. I'm doing a lot of like writers rounds right now. I do want to form a band. I have people that I'm trying to form a band with finally. And hopefully they'll still be here when I'm ready to play a full show in 2024. I think I'm gonna like hold off on the full band shows until then. But I've been doing a lot of like acoustic stuff. I did a writers round last night. That was really fun. Actually at my work.
Nice.
That was really fun. And it's been fun. I'm doing a lot. During the holidays, it's always a weird time, because everybody wants like Christmas acts, which is fine. That's not the kind of me. I don't know that many Christmas songs. So, but yeah, I'm doing a lot of like writers rounds and stuff right now, keeping it kind of low key. But in 2024, I'm hoping to do a lot more sort of full band, exciting, rocking stuff.
That's cool. I'm excited to see the full band gigs and see all that stuff kind of unfold for you. If anybody wants to kind of keep track of you, your music, just kind of catch a show with you or catch your show, where's the best place to find you?
Definitely Instagram. If for like live shows, I post on my stories, and I'll usually make a post if I have something like important going on. TikTok is great. Jess Hess Music everywhere. Jess Hess Music. JESSHESS Music. It rhymes. I have a website too, jesshess.com. So you can like check that out, and that's like the quick links to my Spotify and all of that, and like all of the demo videos that I've made. But yeah, definitely if you want news and updates, Instagram is probably the best place. But yeah, Jess Hess Music everywhere, jesshess.com. My name is Jess Hess, it rhymes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining in with us. We're going to play a little musical roulette here.
Nice.
Bring in the next act. Really appreciate you taking the time. I know you said you got to go to work, so.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks for having me. It was great being on here. I definitely wanted to be a part of it again. This is a cause that really means a lot to me. As my brother has pancreatic cancer, and I hate cancer. Fuck cancer. We want it to die forever and to go away.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is great, and I hope everyone donates. And I hope we make a lot of money for the cause. But,
yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
again.
you so much. Really appreciate you. And we're gonna switch things around here a little bit. And Jess Hess, have a great day. We'll stay in contact.
It was
And,
nice seeing you.
Yep.
Have a good
All right.
one.